Hi guys, this is part 2 on making an obby with beginner tutorials, although it isn't very beginner. Now, I learned how to use data stores and save player data. I almost gave up on learning because I wasn't really getting it, as always, but I decided to keep going and that I was going to learn one way or another. I was watching Brawl Devs and Gnome Code's tutorials on data stores and just kept switching between them, unable to decide which one to watch first, as I couldn't understand both of them. Brawl Dev was just explaining how to use them and make it work. Gnome Code did the same, but showed how to actually use it safely in a game. I decided to watch Brawl Dev's tutorial first to understand data stores and how you can use them, then Gnome Code's to learn how to use them safely in a real game. I paid attention carefully to every word they said so I wouldn't get confused. After watching both tutorials and practicing alongside them, I felt confident and started implementing the data store into my game. I actually made a copy of my game for a dev version that I could use to work on updates, to get used to some good habits, of course. I made sure to get the player's stage when they joined and save it every time they beat a new one, when they leave the game, or when the server gets shut down. Obviously, if they didn't have any stage saved, then they would get the default stage 0, and if their data didn't load in, it would kick them from the server to try again later. There was a 2-second delay before the player's stage would actually load in and teleport them to the correct stage. This happened because I made the game wait 2 seconds when they tried to load in the player's data, instead of waiting every time to try again if it didn't load in. I moved the task.wait inside the if statements, where it would check if loading in the data wasn't a success, fixing the weird delay. I decided to make a stage teleporter. It looked and sounded simple in my mind, but then it ended being a way larger task than I thought. I would have to make a new player stat called the highest stage. This would be the stat that would actually have to be saved now, and not the player's stages, as they were now going to be used just to tell which stage the player was currently on. I had to replace a lot of code to actually work alongside the new stat. After the buttons were working, I made ones where it would teleport you to your highest stage and to lowest stage, which is stage 0. It was a long time to get this to work because I was really tired and scripted a bunch of dumb stuff that would later take a long time to fix. I decided to take a break on the broken stage teleporter and actually make some new stages. After I was done building them, I organized my code and deleted all of the dumb and unnecessary lines of code I added while I was tired. Most of my recording was just me trying to fix the stage teleporter, so I decided to get rid of some as it was just long and boring. After about 3 hours of fixing and reorganizing my entire script, the teleporter was finally working, which meant it was time to publish and overwrite the main game. Sorry if this video seems short and really boring. Most of my footage was just me fixing the stage teleporter, and I didn't really know how to put together a bunch of boring clips that all added up to 3 hours of footage. If you made it here, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment on what you think I should do next. See you later.